Hold on.
See,
We're
to
gonna check
my
out.
under,
We're gonna
oh,
check out Lil Boom weird ass.
Little boom.
I think we do need to continue to troll and gaslight the conversation. But go ahead.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, Walmart got this shit bumping right now.
This would go on to be one of the most poorly aged clips in internet history. This was an IG Live that Lil Boom had conducted years before the event we're going to talk about today, which is the rampage he went on at Walmart. If you guys haven't already seen, 1090 Jake has done a really good breakdown of the paperwork and describing the situation, so I won't be diving too much into all of that, unless it's to provide context. All of the stuff today will be new footage. Lil Boom is most famously known now as one of Academic's friends, but that's not really his claim to fame. He had a very popular and viral meme song called F Steph Curry years ago. He had a popular song Already Dead, Sad Nigga Hours, and a couple of others. He was doing his thing in meme rap, but fell off by around 2020. Lil Boom had 2 counts of battery. He decided to plead no contest, which ended up with him being found guilty. He had probation, the psychosexual eval, which he says he didn't do, and couldn't be around minors for a period of time. I don't know how long. He says it's for a year, but he said a lot of stuff that has come out as bold-faced lies. So who are
Yeah, and to give context, I filled you guys in on the situation a little bit, but before the tape came out, everybody was asking like, well, if it was just battery, because he said he just pushed the little girl out of his way. I guess because he thought she's a fan or something. If it was just battery, why do you have no contact with minors? But you know what I'm saying? But he made it like, oh, that's because I put my hands on the little girl.
Maybe they're talking about coal miners.
This all comes out, and when the video footage dropped, I decided to post it. I wasn't first by any stretch of the imagination, but Lil Boom decided to pop in my DMs talking about he slapped a hand, and I'm wild for trying to slander him, when all I said in the post is that he touched kids, which he did, on video. I didn't say in which manner. And then says everybody's against academics and I never posted him before, and I'm not going to leak DMs, but I will give my reply. I said the following: what this have to do with academics? I have nothing bad to say about him, nor have I ever said anything bad about him. This is a viral post and story, so I did my job. Unbiased. You touched a kid, slapping a hand or however you want to define it is still touching a kid. And the last time I posted you was when you had a huge song. You've just laid low since then. Musically, at least. I've never had an issue with academics. I don't know him personally. And hell, I even made a video talking about a show he did that I went to. So he's tweaking. You should check out that video, by the way. I'm going to play the original footage in question right now.
There we go.
Oh, that's the actual security guard
right
footage.
there. Okay,
Police
pause it.
footage.
Police footage.
Sorry, I just want to write it down so whenever I write my report. He approaches over. What is that? The potato? Okay, whatever. Approach the produce stand. Children picking stuff out.
Yeah. At least yesterday, he never touched anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He reaches and grabs younger one. She jumps away. Okay, you can play it. Play.
You can hear them roasting them in the background too. Somebody said something pervert.
Yeah, they put this shit out, but we couldn't see that. We couldn't see what was really going on.
Yeah. Follows.
Oh, that's him right there in the bottom.
Then grabs.
He's suing people for slander too.
Live stream addressing things.
I don't care. Listen, Reddit, I'm sorry to tell you, nobody gives a fuck, bro. Nobody, bro. I'm still here. Y'all gotta come harder than that, bro. Y'all gotta find me or something, bro, because I ain't going nowhere. No matter what 1090 Jake say, I'm not going anywhere, bro. On God, I'm not.
Which is interesting because he deactivated his Instagram just last night.
I was out the window. If I was out here touching kids, I would have a sex charge by now, bro. I would definitely have a sex charge by now. All right, I don't. My girl would have left me. She didn't. My family would disown me. They didn't. They know me. I don't give a if you niggas don't know me. That's why I don't care.
Which is an argument he felt the need to repeatedly say, which has nothing to do with the evidence. There were 4, quote, alleged victims that day. The first clip I showed you with the body cam is 2 of them. There's another set of footage from a different angle of Boom. Now you tell me what you see.
Yeah, this the video. It's funny as hell because on academics, he said I was there to get what he said I wanted to get my vegetables or something like that, veggies. He's like, nigga, what veggie you talking about? He touched that girl butt. Did you see that?
That nigga's creepy as hell. He probably went straight to the bathroom and whacked off.
Yep.
I don't know if you can say that, but
Got to touch her hand or butt or something, but yep.
he like touched at her hand. He was trying to, I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do.
Hit her butt from the back.
However you look at it,
Okay,
it wasn't
so there's that,
innocent shopping.
which is what everyone was arguing about, but what about this? This was in the paperwork. The male then walks away and continues throughout the grocery area, eventually walking to the cosmetic department at approximately 16:53. In this area, there's a Hispanic female, possibly younger, wearing a white t-shirt, jeans, brown sandals, and long dark brown hair. The female is standing, looking at something on display, and the male walks behind her and brushes up very close from behind. The male walks back to her several times without the female noticing. The female then bends down to look at something, possibly on the shelf, and the male pulls out his cell phone and appears to be taking photographs from underneath the female as she is crouched down. The male does this for several moments until another female, an older Hispanic female wearing a gray shirt, knee-length jean skirt, and black sandals, approaches the younger female and moves the cart to behind the female, preventing the male from taking more photographs. So, you just heard all this on the paperwork. Now, this is what Lil Boom had to say about this part.
I was not in the cosmetic department.
Now, you tell me if it looks like he's in the cosmetics department, because he's basically saying this officer lied about what she saw, and to not have Boom lie and say things were edited, I'm going to drop the full entire clip right here.
Yeah, he definitely said he wasn't in a cosmetic department before the video came out. And it says cosmetics clear as
Right
day.
there on the camera.
Here you go, right there in the black. His phone out. He's bending down. He stands behind
Why
her.
does he keep going behind? This nigga's excuse my French. He is a step or two away from being a greatness.
Yeah.
Like he does not have.
And look, this is the 10-year-old. Look at him with the phone. He take a picture up under her ass. He's got that. The lady sees him with the car. He takes another picture. She pushes forward to get him out the way.
But if you have that little self-control, like how long before you're trying to grab somebody and drag them somewhere? Like you're in a public area with people all around you and you can't control yourself to that degree. That's not normal.
That's definitely not normal.
Like, I don't want to say he shouldn't be like free to walk around children, but What I will say is he should not be free to walk around children. He can't control himself. That's a complete lack of self-control. Even if you had those impulses, right? Like in the fucking Walmart, surrounded by cameras with people all around, you can't stop yourself from taking pictures and rubbing up right against her ass. Like, damn, nigga, like that's a lot.
That's a
That is a
whole.
lot. And you could get killed doing some shit like that.
And we
Like,
only seen 2 of the 4.
not only that, if he got caught this time doing it and he's that comfortable doing it, how many times has he done it?
Yeah.
Like if some girl was away from her father and didn't know what was going on and she was just out shopping and he was meeting back up with her at cosmetics and saw that shit, they'd probably fucked him up good. Or tuned him up good if you want to edit that. But you know what I mean? That's some fucked up shit. I mean, that's some messed up stuff.
What you think, Mr. Fife?
I don't know what he did that was wrong. No.
Oh wow.
I see nothing wrong here. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Trolling. Yeah, I mean, there's what? 3, 4, 5 people around. Cameras everywhere. I mean, if he looks pretty damn comfortable doing this. So like, if he just got caught doing this 4 times, imagine all the other times. Because they always say with people who are sexually attracted to children that when they get caught, there's more than likely been more victims than the one they've almost got or the one they got caught on. So that's the next question: is how many? And like, I don't know. You can tell what a fucking 10-year-old looks like.
Yeah,
At least I can.
No, before you got on, we were saying that.
So it ain't like you're like, oh well, she looked 18. No. You can tell what a 10-year-old looks like.
Yeah, if she's 10, the most she can look is 14, which is still underage.
Which is a baby, right? Still a baby.
Walking around looking like a fucking idiot in your fucking pajama pants, your stupid sweatshirt, asshole. Taking pictures of little girls. You lucky I ain't there. Layeth the smackdown, as Dwayne The Rock Johnson once said.
I honestly don't know what my reaction would have been. Like
Yeah,
the older woman that pushed the curtain away, had that been me walking around the corner, I might have hit him. I don't know for sure, but that's.
I think I would have raised my voice.
I
would have raised my voice for sure.
See more of this creep.
Yo.
Trying to play it off like he on the phone.
I was just about to say, nah,
looking
he's
for
looking
cough
at his
syrup.
phone.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if she know that lady.
Probably not.
It's a good lady.
She should have ran his dumb ass over with that card.
Was he still trying to get more pictures, even though that nigga has a problem?
He said it was the drugs. He was in a bad headspace.
I don't think there's drugs that makes you attracted to children. I don't think that's a thing.
That's right. Security. Oh, no, you're not going to get him? Never mind.
And then as I was talking to some guys that know him, and I don't know, trigger warning, but they said he's into some kind of anime where the characters look like little girls. They call lollipops.
Yeah, they're lollies. Yeah, people.
I'm like, what the fuck? I never even heard of that.
I like anime. I know I have friends that have watched hentai even. But if you're a lolly, there's something wrong with you. That's like purposely made to look like children. Like
That's
if you just
But it's a 3,000-year-old witch.
if you
I
just
know a guy who was into that shit. I was
if-
just like, you just weird.
if you Google Lolly, I'm pretty sure someone told me it just comes up with like underage sex warning thing. So
Mhm.
like this dude,
He's
nah.
still there. This whole time.
He's
What?
and the funny thing is, I feel like the items that he said that he was looking for when he was at Walmart was some kind of sick pun, because he said he was there for veggies and fish.
Dude, just walk off. Why are you
Well, he
still
said
there?
he
Walk
wasn't even in
off.
the cosmetic section. This nigga's been in the cosmetic section for 3 minutes of police video footage.
I don't know. I don't think they can recharge him, but because he already pleaded guilty to battery, but seemed like they kind of dropped the ball. And mind you, the only reason why he didn't get a sexual charge is because in Florida the little girl had
She had
on
pants on.
pants instead of a skirt.
That's equally stupid in my opinion.
Yeah.
And he just went right back over there.
You creepy.
Like, what the fuck?
You creepy ass, dude. I'm trying to control myself for language warnings, but
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
creepy mother trucker. Trey, walk off. Walk off. You've already been caught twice now.
Yeah, it's cringy to watch. People talking about, oh, he's into a lot of corn. That's why I'm like, corn don't
No.
make you do this.
No.
Goofy ass.
I
I
told
think that dude is dangerous.
his homies they need to whoop him.
Somebody needs to do something. If he has that little self-control, it's only a matter of time before he hurts somebody.
Now, Boom went on to say that he would have a sex charge if X, Y, and Z. He got off on a technicality and was lucky because they weren't able to get in contact with this girl. It should be noted that the female was wearing jeans, therefore does not meet the requirements for video voyeurism. I was unable to make contact with either females. The male then continues to stand next to the female with his cell phone out for several minutes before leaving the scene at approximately 17:01 hours in the red vehicle. And as you can see, that's a description of what we just watched. But wait, there's more, Billy Mays, because once again in the paperwork it says, the male then walks away, in reference to the two girls from before, and walks through the grocery area and eventually goes back to the produce department. At approximately 16:46 hours, I observed the male approach an unknown black female wearing brown shirt and pants from behind. It appears that the male attempts to touch the female in the butt area, but the female does not react. The female then walks forward a few steps, and the male attempts to touch her again, which is when the female turns around and stares at the male. It should be noted that I have not been able to contact this victim. Roll the tape and let me know if it looks like this racist officer is profiling. Keep your eyes on the top left of the footage. This is where the girl is walking from and where she's followed by Boom. I mean, the poor girl even looks back after the second time. So I guess it's just a 10-year-old girl that just happens to look back and is racist. And I guess also this black girl happens to look back and she's also racist. Wow, crazy. It's funny too because Boom's whole claim is that he went there for some fish. But if we run the paperwork, it says at 1640 is when the incident with the two young girls and family happens. And it says in the paperwork, then he went to the black girl at 1646. So please explain to me how he was able to get this fish that he wants, which is where he said he was going, and supposedly went back to produce to get some vegetables when he's empty-handed in the video with the black girl. That's not happening. What's also funny is he claims that he got his sister a birthday gift and that's why he was in the cosmetics section, but the cosmetics incident is at 1653, which is after the incident with the 2 girls and the black girl, holding nothing in his hand again. Well, except the camera that he's taking photos with.
Well-reputed chat nigga is hitting me saying, yo, Act, there's video footage confirming what the affidavit said of Boom going to the cosmetic part. There's not video of you in the cosmetic section, is there?
Well, I'm not recording because they have my phone. But to say I was in a cosmetics line is not a crime.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and they found no evidence on my phone. They had my phone.
So before he
That's
said
not
he
it.
wasn't in the cosmetics section, and now he was saying that he was, but they had his phone. When the video you guys saw earlier, he's clearly taken video and photo with his phone. Out of all this, Boom was so pressed on not being called a, quote, S-Predator, and is saying that he was going to sue 1090 Jake and Adam 22 for implying that, which is moronic. But let's just look at a couple of qualities that constitute an S-Predator, and you tell me if you believe Boom fits any of the criteria.
Who gets
Number one
corny
is
at
using
Walmart?
manipulative language.
You say
Well,
what,
it
bro?
sounds
Who gets corny at Walmart?
Man, look.
Walmart of all places.
Yeah. I'm trying to
Hey,
get it in and out when I go to Walmart.
it's crazy that he did it in general, but what make it crazier to me is that this guy is a famous rap star. Like, he lit. Like, he's popular. He has no reason to do this. But
He
this the
didn't
route.
he didn't get invited to the island.
Yeah, that's what it's Boom Epstein. That's what I'm gonna start calling. I was calling him Boom Kelly. They was calling him his name is Lil Boom. They was calling him Lil Groom. Lil Groom.
That's actually pretty funny. Little Groom. I like that. That's
Yeah,
fucked up.
he's wild. Mm.
Little Groom.
Yeah, so fuck this dude. Academics said he need help. He hope he get help, but he can't fuck with him no more.
Do you think it's possible to get help for something like that?
I
Like, just being honest.
I don't. I personally, I thought about it when academics said it, and I don't. But what he did, so what he did is it's so unforgivable. What I noticed is what he did is so unforgivable. No one wants to use logic. When it comes to essay to a woman or a child, everybody throws logic out the window because it's very triggering. You know, like he said so the next day after this video came out, academics did a live stream, and that's when he kind of like denounced him and was like, man, I hope he get help. You know, I still love him and blah blah blah. And he cried. Lil Boom actually sent him a message. He was streaming, Lil Boom was streaming too, and ended up, I guess he was watching academics and sent him a message while he was streaming. And he was saying, man, he was high, and he was like, man, I'm gonna get the help that I need, and blah 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 blah. So I say all that to say this. Maybe you was high and it had you doing some sick, weird shit, but what you did was just so unforgivable. Who gives a fuck? Like, I feel like you so much of a degenerate and a scumbag. You're not even worth me giving a second chance.
See, I do believe in second chance. The
Okay.
problem I have with that is I don't believe there's a drug that makes you attracted to children.
Right.
That's a problem with your brain. Now, the
Mhm.
drugs might have lessened your ability to control yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that might have been why you were wilding out and taking pictures of children at Walmart or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the underlying problem is your sexual attraction. I don't see how that, where's the fix for that? Where's the fix?
Right.
Like, how do you get better from that? Like, you never take drugs again? You're a druggie. Obviously, you're going to take drugs again. So the next time you grab somebody off the street who's walking by themselves and you do something even worse, people are supposed to say, oh, it was the drugs. It wasn't his fault. Like, no, man, you have a problem. Now, is there a solution? I couldn't tell you, but
No, man. I really, I'm really not the guy to talk to about this kind of shit because I'm one of them. I'm one of them people that get like, if I know you did it for a fact, like I hate you. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
See, I can separate myself enough to like try to logic it. Like I can separate myself enough. And even then, I'm like, you didn't choose this problem that you have, right? That's the part a lot of people don't think about when it comes to being attracted to children. You don't choose who you're attracted to. So, like, the same way we got lucky and we're attracted to who we're attracted to, he was horribly unlucky. He's attracted to children. So now what? Like, there's no fix for it. So what do you
Chastity
do?
belt.
Well, the problem is, even if you say you castrated him, that's not going to fix it.
No,
Now he's going to probably become some kind of psycho murderer because he can't even, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, there is no fixing it.
should I be like the generic crazy white dude? Just hang him. But I don't think there is a fix for it. I mean, unless hypnosis works, but I don't think it does.
You got to separate him from society.
Put them on their own island.
That sounds a lot like
I just
a
gotta,
concentration camp.
It does. We do not mean that. We do not mean that. We do not support concentration camps.
Welcome back.
Hey, Savius.
yo, what's up?
Bye.
All I
Right.
heard was hang him, fight. You got something to say over there?
Oh, that's bogus. It just dawned on me what you were saying. That's actually
Nah, I'm just fucking with Mike. But
yeah.
that's a hard thing to swallow, man. I mean, me considering myself, I'm a father. I have a daughter that's just about 10 years old. I I don't really have any like remorse or forgiveness for somebody that's running around taking pictures for children. I don't really see an excuse for it. Now, maybe because, like I said, maybe because I'm a father. But even if I wasn't a father, I still don't see an excuse. I mean, I don't see how you can look at a child and be attracted to a child. I mean, I think there's definitely some mental issues there going on, and as far as getting it fixed or getting help, I think there's some really good help, but it might not be something that I can mention on this podcast. I know some real help for you, but yeah, I don't think this help was, you know,
Not
positive
socially
enough for me
acceptable help.
yeah, it's socially acceptable.
Not
Exactly.
socially acceptable help.
He need that Charlie Murphy help where we all whoop his ass.
Yeah, it
Dragging
goes
his
a little
legs
bit
across the
beyond
carpet.
that.
What I'm do about my leg?
Well, the problem is, like I said, I can put you in different shoes. Say you go to sleep and you wake up and you're in a different reality where being attracted to women is now like some unforgivable sin. If somebody beats your ass, are you gonna stop being attracted to women? Like, no.
About to kill me.
Like, that's what I'm saying. What's the fix for that? Like, that's the mentality I'm going in with it. It's like,
I've watched a lot of crime shows and I've literally seen child SAers asked to be put down because they know
well,
they
yeah.
You knew
and
who
I
can
will
help
happily
us?
oblige.
The only person in this realm that can help us is Chris Hansen.
Oh my god.
I likes it and I want to. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours.
I'm a warrior, Chris.
I think Florida should change that law. Like if you take and then with this being so viral, a predator can be like, oh, okay, so I can just do voyeurism when they got jeans on, you know? Somebody said something. I don't know if they was cracking a joke or serious, but they said that they believe that he's selling pictures on the dark web. I was like, he
Could
might be.
be. That's possible.
It's probably like a genre where dudes and women just like kids in jeans or some
You can
silly.
probably find all kinds of shit on there. I would not. I wouldn't even venture a guess as to what type of shit people are into on there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Nobody wants to go down that rabbit hole, but I don't know, man. Maybe the Fed's going through his shit. And I just noticed, I just peeped that they said they wasn't able to get up with the little girl, so he ain't been charged with that.
Well, I mean,
That's a
imagine
10-year-old girl, though. I mean,
right.
you don't really
It's
want to have your 10-year-old child in the public eye of being, this guy's running around taking pictures of her. She's a 10-year-old child.
Mm-hmm.
also it's Walmart. Also, she might. Well, some of the girls like knew of some creepy dude doing creepy shit, but that type of stuff probably happens often. They probably just walk away most of the time. They don't report it. So they probably just went on and went on with their life like another weird ass creepy dude.
Yeah, I said if they probably find the little girl, I take that back. I did know they didn't find her because I said if they do find her, who would want to put their daughter on trial and all of that other stuff if they can avoid it? She probably forgot it ever happened.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Scandalous recipe. I think Sabia's like, shit, we
Oh
going to
no.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think I would just blank out. I wouldn't know what the fuck I would do. I would blank out, and if once I return to consciousness and they're like, "Hey, you just killed this dude," taking pictures of your daughter, I'm like, "Hey, I mean, it is what it is. Motherfucker should have been taking pictures of my daughter."
Well,
Yeah.
you remember that video of that guy who I think it was one of the coaches was like messing with his kid, and he was going to jail. Like they were taking him like past these phone booths, taking him to jail, and the father was at the phone booth waiting. And as they walked by, he just stepped out and ended it, like right
Oh,
in
the
front of
karate
everybody.
kid, though, the karate student or
Yep.
something. Yeah,
And
I
they were
think
like,
Coach
"Why'd
will
you
put us
do
on
this?
that one.
Why'd you do this?" And he was like, "Zero remorse. He had it coming." I'm like,
And
I
that
agree.
was I want to say that was a teenager, the one Curtis we're talking about, right? That was a
Remember
boy
the
and a
video I showed
teenager.
you? The guy waited at the airport.
But yeah, yeah,
It was the
No,
airport. Yeah.
it was a teenager, Cole.
no.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay. Well, that matter doesn't really matter here or there. The fact is, it is my child, and you're exploiting my child in a way that is such. I mean, I probably get we are banned in the USA. I have my gripes about even some celebrities and people who are held in high regard for messing around and essaying or assaulting little kids. I mean, we got some people nowadays, or people that passed away who are in these big movie franchises that mess with 15 and 16-year-olds. All I'm saying is now, because they may have passed away in the incident or anything, they don't. It's like people don't even look at that. But from my view, if you're 30 and you messing with a 16-year-old, there's a problem there. They should not be trying to promote you, trying to say you're a good, positive person when you're doing crap like that.
What do we do to what? What can you do to because like the characters are saying it's not their fault. So what can you do?
as
Gotta
far as
separate them from the population. That's the only actual solution that I can come to is either execution or separation. That's it. Because as long as
so,
they're in the general population, there's a chance they're gonna harm somebody.
so he's in Florida. In Florida, they if you end up on probation or parole for activities with children, they chemically castrate you. They give you a shot every month where your private parts don't work. Um, every time you see your parole officer, they hit you with the injection. In Florida, also when I was talking to his people, I was well, they not his people no more. I was like, because he's in Florida, I said they have a town too where all pedos stay, because they can't get residency anywhere else. So it's a trailer park. Like some guy came up with a bright idea, like, "Hey man, that's a market. They can't live nowhere." So he moved them. It's like on the outskirts, and it's nothing but pedos that stay there. Yeah. How I heard about that is, I think it's like 3 years ago. Some guy got arrested because he was talking about going through there with an AK. I was like, damn. Yeah.
Glad you finished. I was about to make a joke when you was like, how I heard about that. I was like, oh, I know. You just happen to beat the case.
So if like I said, man, they should have it where New Orleans is a capital punishment to do anything like that with a child. Well,
Yeah.
not like that, but you know what I'm
I
talking
know.
about.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think it should be capital punishment. If you got evidence and it's clear cut, we don't need him here or her. We
Or
also
her.
talked about that too when I was in
Yeah.
that when I was in that Discord. I talked about that with they call it the chat niggas. I love the way the women chimed in and was agreeing with what I was saying. A lot of women predators get looked over
Yeah.
major. Like it was probably like 300 guys in the room. It was probably like 20 women. They was asking how many of us had our first time with an older woman. It was majority of us.
Especially in schools and stuff like that. A
Yeah.
lot of those teachers like mess with the kids.
Yes, the rest of the woman yesterday, the teacher.
Yeah.
She had the students looking out while her and the student was getting down. Yeah.
So, what's everyone's opinion on a woman doing it to a younger male child?
Exactly the same.
That's the exact same to me.
Yeah.
It ain't no pimp shit. It ain't no player. You're a boss and all of that. It's the same thing. What's good for
Same
the goose
thing.
is good for the gander.
But there is a couple teachers I would have. I mean, I think we all can say that.
Well, I was about to say, like,
Even-
as the child, like when I was a younger boy, well, I guess maybe girls think the same thing. I don't fucking
I was
know.
just about to say girls fantasize.
Yeah, that just dawned on me as I was saying
That
it, like,
don't
wait,
mean that
no.
you act on it. Like, yeah, like
Yeah.
I had a couple of teachers that I was looking at a certain way as I was coming to sexual maturity.
When you were a boy, carried
But
this. Did you have hair
for them
then?
to act on it with me, man, that'd have been predatory as hell, you know?
Yeah. I think all kids have the God-given right or the inborn right to develop normally through normal channels with people their own age.
Yeah.
Right up until they hit 18 and then they're fair game. No, I'm just like
I feel like women doing it to young men gets easily looked over.
Oh, all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way society has it. It's like men congratulate young boys for, you know, in I guess sexually appealing to these older women, whereas, it's reverse for, girls and older men. Now I will say though, that may be the prime history in the US, but if you look at some other cultures, across the globe, that does seem to kind of contradict some of the other cultures where an older man can marry a younger woman, we'll say, with no repercussions or anything.
Yeah,
So
somebody was talking about how the age of consent is different for different states. I think it's 17 in Florida, but it's like because they basically was asking like you wouldn't sleep. I think one of them was like, "Would you sleep with a 16-year-old?" And I'm like, "No." They was like 17. I'm like, "No." And then they started talking about the age of consent in two different states where the age of consent is that age. And the example, and I told them no because I said that reminds me a lot of a Dave Chappelle joke. And they're like, "What you mean?" I said Dave Chappelle tells this joke where he says, "You know what minimum wage mean? That mean I would have paid your ass less, but it's illegal to do it." So fucking with somebody that's 17 to me at my age means I would go lower, but it's illegal to do it.
Mm.
So it's a fuck no for me. I'm not attracted to little girls. They ain't got nothing that I want. Like they ain't gonna know how to wipe themselves properly. They don't have the conversation that I want. They don't. I've never looked at a little girl and said, "Oh my god, I wish she was 18." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all of that shit is just not in me. They don't do it for me. Hell, it's a lot of women who don't do it for me. Shit.
My cutoff age is 21. Youngest I'll go.
I think it changes for men, depending on what kind of man you are. You know what I'm saying? Like it may go up for you.
yeah, leaving 21, I'm kind of skeptical. Like, what are you doing at 21? Like, I get, like you said, that's the legal age,
They
but
I'm
dumb
also
as hell.
24.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Don't get me
well,
wrong.
yeah,
Them
yeah.
50-year-old mommies do it best, but
Yeah, but
It's never seen, but if you dated a 50-year-old woman, that's not. It doesn't get seen to be like predatory to society because society has people have weird minds to me. But a 50-year-old man is different. And when I was talking about it with the group, they were saying because this one guy said because if a man's older, he's manipulating her and doing shit like that. He had this long list. Like if a man dates a younger woman, like it's like he's got horns poking out of his head, his fucking eyes are red, and all this other
looks
shit.
like Paradise.
Oh wow. And I was so happy when a woman chimed in and was like, "That's the exact same thing for a fucking woman. What's the difference?
Yeah.
A softer voice is still manipulation." You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And then I
so
also pointed out when D. Ray Davis was telling Vlad how when he was a minor, two 30-year-old women had a threesome with him, and Vlad laughed. And I said, and he regretted it later. He apologized, and I think he was sincere. But it's so funny. Like it's not the same with men. Like nobody looks as a male as a victim.
Hold on, you said he was 30?
No,
No,
two
he was
30-year-olds.
14. The women were 30.
Oh, he was 14. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and
so
yeah, Vlad just immediately laughed, and I was like, man, this man telling you about how he was like sexually
That's
abused.
eight.
It's funny,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's funny, and that's natural response for people. Like if your son come in the house and he say he slept with a 24-year-old woman and he 15, most men would give him 5. But if your daughter come in and say that,
You want to kill somebody.
you want to kill a man. So that
so you
shit needs to be
guys
taken serious, man. For real.
It's
so you
traumatizing either way.
Yeah.